Hello everyone. I am in Botanic Gardens in Belfast. I just had to come out and see the leaves. Beautiful, colourful leaves in the trees and on the ground. Oh, there's a grey squirrel. That is amazing, huh? So concentrated on the nuts and not even realizing. How amazing. I hope you could see that. Yeah, so I felt like talking a little bit about the difference between the words reacting and responding. It's really difficult to take my eyes off this grey squirrel, which is just like so not minding me being so close. Ah, sweet. Anyway, responding and reacting. What is the difference? And gosh, this is full of squirrels. What is the difference between responding and reacting? And it is already in the words. So reaction. So when we react, we are basically just reenacting old behavior that we have learned or been conditioned with, or which is our default system reaction after we've been triggered in communication, in conversation, or in whatever, somebody else is doing something where we feel that causes us fear, or feeling the need of protecting our ego, or it can also be like really feeling life threatening, of course. Once trauma is triggered, we are kind of reacting without awareness of the situation. So it is basically a way of reenacting something that we have experienced, because it's reminding us of an experience that we had before, an experience where we were in pain, or in a traumatizing experience, where we were in pain or suffering. So that is triggered, and once an emotion is a deep sitting emotion and trauma, or is triggered, then if we are not aware of that, of our trauma, and if we're not aware of our behavior, we are just reenacting the same scenario, the same situation, the way that it had been before, and us being triggered, and then playing out our emotional state. When we are in that when we're in that kind of pattern, so that is a repetitive pattern, when we're in that pattern, we're not necessarily conscious of that. I mean, that's why we're reenacting, because we're not conscious. The moment we become conscious of it, the moment we become conscious of the underlying perceived threat, fear, trauma, the moment we become conscious of it, it already doesn't have so much hold on us, and we are much more likely to see the situation and the from a different perspective, not being just within the emotion. So that is when we react. It's like reenacting the same vicious circle. And then there is responding. And responding has already the word responsibility in it. So it is already suggesting that we are aware of how our response will have an effect on the conversation we are having, on the situation, and on the relationships that are involved. So our words and our way of speaking or acting or responding rather is with awareness and being conscious of why we are feeling what we are feeling at that moment. So it's taking responsibility for our feelings in that moment, being aware of our feelings, knowing that the feelings that are triggered not necessarily have a lot to do with the situation and the person involved, and yet we are feeling what we are feeling, so it needs to be considered, those feelings, and this is important. When we are just reenacting, we are avoiding those feelings. We are just going back into our old habit of reacting, of defending, of attacking, of avoiding, and we're just reenacting the same vicious circle scenario. And when we respond, we are aware of our feelings that have been triggered and were caused not in that situation alone, but well before. So taking responsibility for our feelings, taking them with us to really becoming aware of them. Where do they come from? In what how old was I, and what scenario is actually the origin of those feelings, and then whatever the beliefs are about ourselves or about the other person at that time, that have built up after, because of that situation and because of the trauma, to question the beliefs that we have built upon those. The moment we question those beliefs and what is actually true, asking ourselves the question, what is actually true, that moment we can release ourselves from the grasp that those old feelings have on us, and are gonna try to to make us react the same ways again and again. Yeah, so responsibility. I know that a lot of people are frightened of that word, and I invite you to feel what that is. Why are you frightened of the word responsibility? Why are you reluctant to take it, that responsibility? And is it because then you will, that would mean that you would have to go there, into that place of pain or suffering or trauma, and is it easier to avoid going there by not taking the responsibility? And and we all have to ask ourselves that question. By us avoiding it, it doesn't go away. We still have it. We can avoid it. We can run away from situations, from people, can blame others for our feelings, and by doing that, our inherent responsibility doesn't go away. We are responsible for our feelings, for our thoughts, for our beliefs, and for our actions. And and only when we take the responsibility, only then can we grow up into who we are, into our full adult selves, with awareness of our emotions, of our thoughts, of our beliefs, and of our of our actions and of our patterns. And once we are aware, that's then when it all happens. It can all change, it can all fall into place. So I'm wishing you a lovely day, and it's absolutely gorgeous here. I have never seen as many great squirrels in my life. And beautiful, beautiful, beautiful trees. I show you a beautiful tree. Isn't that gorgeous? And I show you also what it is. Beautiful cypress. So have a wonderful day.